The Millville United Podcast is a weekly podcast hosted by Dr. Spike Cook,
sharing stories, ideas, and information about the Millville Public School District in southern New Jersey.
For more information or to connect with us, follow the hashtag MPSWC and like Millville Public Schools on Facebook. And when I grow up.
Okay, so welcome to Millville United Podcast. I'm here with Maris Lynn from Mount Pleasant School. Maris, how's everything going?
Great. I'm excited to be back. It's going to be a wonderful school year.
You got to tell me a little bit about what's going on. I mean, you're our first guest here today. Everyone's going to be watching this, of course. You'll see people coming in and coming and going. It'll also be on the main stage in the PAC Center. But just tell me a little bit about what's going on at Mount Pleasant this year.
Well, and we're all very excited to get back to school, start out with new school year with new exciting things we're going to be doing in our classrooms. One of the big things we're doing this year is our equity and diversity across the district. As a part of that committee, I'm really excited to get started with our first PD today, this afternoon.
Wow, you guys are getting started right away. That's awesome. Can you tell us a little bit about what the equity and diversity training is going to be about?
Absolutely. What we're endeavoring to do is look to level the field for all of our students and accept everyone and allow them to meet their full potential and rise them up where they do belong and make sure that all of our students are receiving that high level of academic achievement that they're all capable of.
That's great. So you had a bunch of people who got trained this summer, and then you're going to be rolling it out. And then from what some people have told me, it's not necessarily going to be a new initiative. It's just more like a different way of looking at things and understanding the differences with students.
Absolutely, absolutely. This is not a new initiative. It's nothing that people actually have to do, nothing that they have to plan. It's just opening our minds and thinking a little bit more about what we already think and what we're doing in our practices and making sure that we're making education accessible to all of our students and their families and making sure that we are making every effort to reach all of our students and their families and make them feel that they are such an integral part of our Millville family.
And that's probably the most important thing that we really could be doing, right? You know, when you think about, like, say, the first couple days of school, you know, and you're trying to learn, you know, all about the kids, what are your goals? What do you plan to be doing with the kids?
I want to make sure that all my kids know me as not just Mrs. Lynn, the woman in front of the room, but as a person and as a warm, caring person who really has their best interests at heart. I make sure by the end of the first day I know every student's name, I know a little bit of something about them, and welcome them by name on the second day of school. I know their name before they walk in my room. Just make sure that their families know when they come for back to school night that I'm interested in forging a relationship with mom, dad, grandmom, whoever is their primary caretaker at home. Make sure that they know, call me, email.
That's awesome. That's great. So what I'm going to do is just ask you one more question. So the theme for this opening day ceremony is Millville United. So when you think about Millville United, tell me a little bit about what comes to mind.
Building our team around our students and making sure that all of us together are working to make Millville the district, the world-class district it can be, and to make sure that all of our students know that they are a part of such an amazing team together and get us all together on the same page and moving forward to the future.
That's awesome. I want to thank Maris Lynn for coming out today. Once again, she is representing Mount Pleasant School. You can connect with her. If you have any questions, make sure to send her an email. You're also on Twitter, right?
I am. I'm Mrs. Lynn Fifth.
Mrs. Lynn Fifth. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming out today.
Thank you,
and you were awesome first guest, all right?
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So the next guest is going to be, thank you so much. Our next guest is from Silver Run, Cheryl Ismail. Hey, how are you? Welcome to the Millville United podcast. You want to just say hi to everybody? Yeah, that's the camera that you're going to be looking into. So just have a couple questions for you. First, if you could just introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I'm Cheryl Ismail. Am I still looking at the camera? Okay, I'm Cheryl Ismail. I teach third grade at Silver Run School. This is my 11th year teaching in the district.
Wow. So, what are some things that you have planned for this year, or maybe some things that are going on school-wide that we would like to know about?
Okay. This year I'm excited. We're flipping the classroom this year. So we have the help of Bobby at the high school and Ryan from your school. I don't know if he's going by Ronnie this year from some track. So Ryan. So he did it last year. So we have the help of him and Bobby coming in, and all the third grade classrooms are doing it this year. So
That's awesome. So the third graders are going to be flipping the classroom. For those who are watching right now, or maybe, because this is getting projected into the big screen in there, tell us a little bit about what is a flipped classroom and what are you trying to accomplish?
we want to spend more time working with the children inside of the classroom instead of them learning more at home and being frustrated about what they can't do at home. So we've created videos, really short videos for them to learn the concept of whatever it is that we're teaching. There'll be like 3 problems that they can work on, and we can tell right away coming in for the next day who we need to target and who we don't need to target. So for those kids that got the concept, we can push them, and for the kids that didn't grab the concept, we can pull them in small group and spend more time with them instead of the fast pacing that we usually have to deal with.
So as you can see, everybody coming in, everybody seems excited and ready to go, and the theme for this year is Millville United. So when you think about Millville United, talk to us a little bit about what you think about, and how you could take some of the things that you're learning here and improve the students' experience.
When I think about Millville United, I think we have 6 elementary schools, right? And I feel like at Silver Run, we're always isolated away from everybody else. So having that theme of Millville United means that we're forced to kind of come together and work as a team for the same common goal, which is a great thing. I might have the opportunity to not just work with my third grade team, but go to your building and everybody else's building and kind of work together and learn from the other third grade teachers from them.
Well, that sounds interesting, because I think that embodies exactly what we're talking about when you talk about United, and then you're talking about connecting with the high school, connecting with the other elementary schools. So I think you're already going to be doing it. So I want to thank you so much for coming out today. You are awesome. I can't wait to hear all the great things that are going on at Silver Run.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks. All right, everybody's doing a great job today here at our first podcast. We're going to be looking for Dave Lugamba. If Dave is out there, just want to thank everybody also for tuning in. If you're tuning in live, Mr. Hartman just gave the thumbs up sign that everything seems to be going well. I'm going to make sure that I tweet the link out. We have if you are watching from somewhere else, maybe your remote location, if you check the hashtag Millville Public Schools World Class, that's hashtag MPSWC. I will make sure to get that link out. You can see that there's a lot of people that are coming in. This is main time for everyone coming in. Everyone's getting a chance to get connected and wish each other the best for this year. Hey, Dr. Gentile, could you come on over here, grab a seat?
Are you live now?
We're live right now, sir. Okay, thank you so much for coming out here today, Dr. Gentile. You're going to be looking into that camera right there. Just had a couple questions for you.
Any closer to you?
No, you're good.
Okay, good right there.
Yeah, you're good. So tell us a little bit about what your goals, aspirations are for this year.
For this school year, as in every school year, we want to put the focus on the kids and the learning that takes place in our schools. That's going to be part of my keynote this morning, is just talking a lot about that, and that we realized, I certainly realized that you can't sum up what makes up a student in one measure. So that's going to be something we talk a lot about this year, is realizing that there are multiple ways to determine whether learning took place, and there's multiple ways to demonstrate learning, and so that's sort of our theme.
So when you look at everybody coming in here, and this is a hot time right now, there's a bunch of people that are coming in, everyone's excited, you can see they're getting their devices out, they're connecting with people, and you remember that, when you taught as well. Tell us a little bit about what you feel like is going on right now, the anticipation of the new school year and Millville United.
Well, I think it's always exciting coming back. At least that's how I always felt. It's a chance to start over. It's a chance to do things better. It's that perpetual cycle of school, which is why I'll probably never leave schools. I love it so much that we always get a chance to not reinvent yourself, but you get a chance to learn from your mistakes and try over. Try something new with a new group of kids. So what I see today are a lot of excited staff. They don't always get the opportunity to connect with each other face to face, so I love starting the year off this way. And I think there's a little bit of a oh my goodness, summer's really over. That's definitely going on as well. But definitely a lot of excitement in the air.
So do you think you accomplished everything you wanted to over the summer? You got some time to relax with the family, spend some time with administrators and teachers, and get us prepared for this upcoming year?
I always could use a little more time, but yes, family time went well, and I really believe you're going to hear, and they're going to hear a lot about this CAR, which is this pathway to curriculum development that gets teachers more involved with the decisions that we make. I think that's a great thing that we have planned this year, that teachers and educators are going to be more involved and have more input in the curriculum and the way that we try to reach kids.
And that's the Connected Action Roadmap. We were trained through the NJPSA. So when you look at that and you look at, the, oh no, is this another initiative, can you speak a little bit about that and kind of maybe, ease some people's like, oh no, this is just one more thing we got to add on?
Well, it definitely is going to feel like another initiative until they get to know it. I think the teachers that were here in Summer Trek and trained in it, they will attest to the fact that it's not just another initiative. It's not a flyby. Essentially, this is a way to get teachers engaged in meaningful curriculum development around the standards, and they have a lot of input in how we are going to approach hitting Common Core standards as well as the core curricular standards. It's not an initiative. It's teacher leadership engagement 101. That's what I'm looking forward to.
That's awesome. So my last question for you, as I've been asking everybody today, when you think about Millville United, which is your theme for today, for the opening ceremonies, what is Millville United?
Simple. We are stronger together than we are apart. And no one, including the superintendent, is more important than anybody else. And that if we really want to accomplish the vision of being world-class, we must do it together, and that's it.
Great. Thank you so much, Dr. Gento. I look forward to a great day today and a great year. Thank you so much. Okay, looks like we might be running a little bit behind time here. If I could get Bobby Barber. He's going to come in. How are you, sir?
Good. How's it going?
Good. Come on in. Grab a seat.
Lagama missing as usual?
What's that?
Lagama missing as usual?
Yes, we had to just keep moving. Busy morning, I'm sure. So, Bobby, tell me a little bit about yourself and what you teach.
I am a math teacher at the high school. I teach a lot. I teach AP Calculus is the main thing I've been teaching for the last 5 years, and then my other classes kind of rotate. Pretty much it. Been in the district. This is my 13th year here.
13th year. So when you look at everybody out there right now, everybody's excited, and there's a lot of people connecting with each other, haven't seen, what's going through your mind right now? What are you anticipating?
Just another year. Pretty regular.
Could you tell us a little bit about? You're going to be speaking today. You have a presentation today. Is that correct?
He has a fabulous presentation today.
I'm speaking.
Together a lot of slides for our AP students, and I'm photobombing briefly because I can't stay.
That's okay. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Moore.
You okay?
You're the first person that's gotten kissed on this podcast, though, so I give you a lot of credit for that.
Yeah, my wife's in the audience. I'm sure she likes that.
So what we're anticipating is Millville United. Talk to us a little bit about what you feel like when you hear the words Millville United.
I don't know. Kind of curious as to what that means. I saw in the paper Dr. Gentile said something about I forget the exact words, putting more responsibilities or giving more power to the teachers and the staff. So curious how they plan on doing that and how it'll work out.
Cheryl Ismail was here earlier, and she was talking about the flipped classroom project that she's going to be doing with you, and that's going to be connecting, some elementary school students with your high school students. Can you talk a little bit about that project?
Yeah, I've been flipping my calc classes for the last 3.5 years, and I've gotten, each year you change a little bit, and I've gotten pretty comfortable with it, and we've gotten some really good results. Our AP results were the best this school's ever seen. We've been giving AP tests since 1986, and so not just mine, but the school-wide. And I had an idea last year to try to work with some of the elementary teachers. Some of my calc students made some videos teaching elementary math, teaching pretty simple concepts, and sharing them so the elementary teachers had some resources to maybe try flipping on their own, seeing if they could do a little something different and engage the kids a little more and have some more fun in class instead of just sitting up there, showing them how to add. Let them do some different projects and activities. I think the younger ages, there's a lot more you can do in the classroom with them.
That's excellent. I'm really excited about that because I know some of that's going to be going on in my school. But I just want to thank you for coming out today. Really, you're doing a great job here, and thanks again for everything that you're doing.
All right. Thanks, Blake.
Next up is Carrie Sinone from R.M. Bacon Elementary School. Now, this is not my first time podcasting with Carrie because Carrie and I did we Skyped into a conference a few years ago, but Carrie is no stranger to technology, has had an awesome blog that I read last night. But Carrie, just can you introduce yourself to everybody and a little bit about what you're doing this year?
Carrie Sinone. I teach 4th grade at Bacon School. This year is going to be an insanely busy year for me. I am working to complete the NJ Excel program and get my principal certificate, which I'm extremely excited about adventuring into administration. So looking forward to meeting my students in a few days and getting the ball rolling and working hard.
Now, one of the things that you did, which was interesting over the summer, is you called it the Not Bummer Summer, and you tried to connect with your kids over the summer. How do you feel like that went?
Honestly, it was really, really, really cool. I modeled it after the Judy Moody book, The Not So Bummer Summer, and I set up challenges. I'm waiting to see what they put in their notebooks when they get back. It's all basically they're earning points, and the points they'll be able to use throughout the year for extra iPad time with our class pet hedgehog, or time on the computer, or lunch with me, whatever, like as a reward system. But I had a number of kids get really, really, really creative with this. A couple of the girls, one of the challenges was they got the most cool points if they were to find me and take a selfie with me. So a couple of the girls didn't find me, but they found my husband. And they took their selfie with my husband, and they're going to get their cool points for that. I had another little girl actually show up at my sister's house for a yard sale to get a selfie with my sister, and that counts as well. And then I was spotted on the beach, and then I had a student visit my classroom last week when I was setting up. So it was pretty cool.
That is awesome, and that really shows the power of connecting with your kids before the class even starts. So you are very busy. You're going to be training us and helping us out in our school with the equity and diversity. Could you talk a little bit about that?
The equity and diversity training is just basically to help raise awareness of the special concerns and as they relate to our high poverty rate, and as well as just being cognizant of our thoughts, actions, and words towards everyone, regardless of race, ethnicity, poverty level, religion, just to be aware and make sure that we're treating everyone with respect.
Awesome. And my last question for you is, when you think about Millville United, what are you thinking about? That
every single kid in this district, from pre-K to the year that they graduate and beyond, a lot of them, are our kids. Every single kid, no matter what school they belong to, no matter what classroom they're in, no matter where they go in the future, it is our job to get them from pre-K through their senior year and make sure that we work together to provide a successful and a wonderful educational experience for them.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Carrie. I look forward to working with you. Awesome teacher Carrie Sonone from R.M. Bacon Elementary. Our next person is going to be Val. Hey, Val, how are you? Good. Val, can you introduce yourself to everybody? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. I'm Valerie Arquetto, and I teach at Memorial High School. And I'm the special education teacher. I teach algebra, and this year I'm the new AVID coordinator in our building.
Very cool. Can you tell me a little bit about what's going on at AVID at Memorial this year?
Sure. In the past, the AVID coordinator has been a split position between Memorial and the senior high school. So this year, we've decided to add a coordinator at the Memorial site and then also at the senior high. So this year, we're looking at having me there to support the AVID elective teachers, the students, as well as be there to help the other teachers with implementing AVID strategies in their classroom.
Very cool. So as you see, there's a lot of people coming in. Everyone's very excited about the year. Can you tell me about, like, what are you excited about?
I'm really excited about working with the students. I'm excited about the AVID, being part of AVID. 7 years ago, I was trained and have always wanted to be part of AVID, being an elective teacher. It never worked out for my schedule. However, I have implemented AVID strategies in my classroom. So at this point, not teaching the AVID elective, but being part of the AVID program and the coordinator, I can bring it into my classroom as well as bring some excitement to the building and hopefully implement it school-wide for us.
That's awesome. So we're really looking forward to the great things that are coming, from Memorial this year. If I were to ask you one more question about the concept of Millville United, and you think about, looking at everybody here and our kids, what comes to mind when you think about Millville United?
When I think about Millville United, I think that it takes a group of people to educate students. So when I saw that come through on the email, you have to be united to educate students. So if we all work together within our buildings, from building to building, with it interdisciplinary, then we're going to be able to better serve our students. So it was really exciting to see that and be united.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for coming out today. Really looking forward to hearing all the great things this year.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Okay, looking for Claudia McCarthy. Claudia. How are you, Claudia?
Very good, very good.
Thank you so much for coming out today. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I have been teaching at Millville High School since 1971, and I'm still here and excited about the first day of school.
That's awesome. Can I tell you a little something? I was born in 1974.
Right. That's a lot of people tell me that sometimes.
They immediately want to tell you when they were born. No, that's great, and that shows a lot. That you are as excited. I mean, you hear everybody out here today. They're so excited about coming back. So what are some cool things that are going on at your school this year?
We are celebrating the 50-year anniversary of our school, and I didn't even know about this until I heard that we were celebrating that it has been 50 years, and come to find out, 1964, I was the first class to enter the school as a sophomore. And I went all 3 years, 64, 65, graduated in 67, and so I'm pretty much as older than the school.
That's excellent. So what are some of the events that you guys are going to be doing this year to celebrate the 50 years?
We're doing the Golden Graduates, and that would be when I was a sophomore, there were a couple seniors that are still working in the school system, and they will be part of that celebration. And just celebrating 50 years, doing different events that will commemorate that. I know that when I was a sophomore at the school and they put in the cornerstone, and before they put in that cornerstone, we were allowed to write a prediction so that in 100 years, of course I won't be around then, but they'll see my prediction. And the funny thing about it is mine came true. I said that I was going to be married, have 4 children, and be a teacher.
Wow, and everything came true.
Yeah, I remember writing that as a sophomore.
That's awesome. I want to thank you so much for coming out today. Really looking forward to all the great things that are going on with the 50-year celebration, and make sure to get the word out so that we can all help out.
All right, and I want to thank you, but I just want to say that I've only been out since 1964. I've only been out of the Millville school system for 3.5 years. So that was when I was in college, and I came right back, and I'm still going.
Awesome, and that's why, it's people like yourself that really set the example for us. That education is a career, and it's something that you have to have a lot of passion to in order to make that impact.
I do, and I love it, and I get excited, and I'm excited for my new students and for the year to begin.
Awesome. Thanks again. I want to thank you for coming out, and enjoy the rest of the day.
I will.
Okay. Next up, we have Edwin from the Child Family Center. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fine.
Come on in, grab a seat.
Good to see you.
If you could just introduce yourself to everybody, tell us a little bit about what you do.
My name's Edwin Feen. I teach pre-kindergarten at the Child Family Center.
Now that has got to be a really tough job, right? We have 3-year-olds coming in from all different types of areas. What are some of the things that you do to make the kids feel comfortable in those first couple days?
Well, the main thing I like to do is learn their names beforehand so I can associate names with faces. We just had an open house a few days ago, and that gives us the opportunity to meet the kids, connect names with faces. So on that first day of school, we have the beginning of a bond already.
That's excellent. So what are some cool things that are going to go on at the Child Family Center this year?
Well, one new development I'd like to highlight is the addition of wireless internet at the school. And this should really help in terms of the assessment process. It's a long process, an intensive process, and this should, in the beginning stages of the assessment process, save time. And by allowing us to go directly into the site via an app and take videos or audio recording or photo or text and upload it immediately, rate it, and put it right on the web-based site. And then in the other end of the assessment system, we'll be able to engage the children in their interest areas and with more intentional teaching strategies, because we can gain immediate access to their profile on the site, know where they stand, how best to get them to the next stage of development and learning. This is especially important at the Child Family Center because we're required to have the children spend a substantial portion of the day in their interest areas. That's more age appropriate. So it helps us to have a plan in mind as we engage them with their own interests.
That's excellent. And you have, the increase with with technology. What are some of the things that the kids will be doing? I know that you guys have some iPads over there and some different things. What are you looking forward to working with them this year?
We've been fortunate enough to have a couple of iPods and an iPad and a computer in each classroom, and the children are becoming quite adept at navigating those. They start as 3-year-olds, and then by the time they come to my class, the 4-year-old in pre-kindergarten, they're pretty comfortable with playing around with those technology devices. It's pretty exciting to see.
You guys are doing awesome things over the Child Family Center. In fact, our kindergarten, first grade, we really admire the things that you're able to do with the kids over there, and we try to model some of the things that we do after the things that you're doing. We've even gone over there to look at furniture and paint colors and things like that. So the philosophy that you have really does reverberate into the elementary school.
Yeah, well, that's good to hear. I like to get that feedback from the elementary setting of it. I know that's quite a quantum leap for the kids, going from our setting in the early childhood program to the elementary setting, and I think the kindergarten teachers do a really good job of helping the children along with that transition.
Yeah, it's tough, but we definitely do the best that we can with them. So the last thing I'm going to ask you about is this year the theme is Millville United. Tell us a little bit about what you think about when you hear Millville United.
Well, I was listening to some of the previous interviewees and getting a feel for what is meant by Millville United. I wasn't quite sure. I emailed you about that. And as I was listening to them, it occurred to me that there's a lot going on already in the district and has been going on as far as unifying the district and the city And it's good to acknowledge those kind of activities. For example, at the Child Family Center, we have monthly family events where the kids come back with their families in the evenings. And thanks to Joanne Burns and Jeannie Parkhill and all the teachers and paraprofessionals who come back in the evening to make sure that these events are safe, fun, and educational. So it's good to acknowledge what has been going on, in addition to what the latest developments in terms, especially this something like this podcast. It's good to acknowledge what has been there.
Yeah, and I think it's special. I think when you look at Child Family Center and you think of the cornerstone of the district, just know that you guys are doing a great job. We appreciate everything that you're doing. And I want to thank you so much for coming out today.
Well, thank you for creating this opportunity.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, great job. Looking forward to seeing everybody today here. Our next guest here is Donna Terry, the infamous. How are you, Donna?
Very good. Welcome back, everybody.
Can you tell us a little bit, for those who do not know you, even though they all should know you by now, a little bit about yourself, what you teach?
My name is Donna Terry. I teach music at Holly Heights Elementary School, K to 5.
K to 5, yes. She runs an excellent music program, and I've seen her in action, and she gets kids going. So what are some things that you're excited about for over at Holly this year?
This year we're revisiting our character education program with our Soaring to Hawk Pride initiative. We've developed a Hawk Pledge that the students will recite every day for morning announcements. Our character traits, we've identified 10 positive character traits that will be included in with our positive behavior initiatives. This whole project was spearheaded by our phys ed teacher, Donna Wheeler, our special area teachers, and our rest of the staff are buying into it as well. We're very excited. It will include daily morning announcements where the kids recite their Hawk Pledge, and then monthly live morning announcements in our school gym where we'll recognize the citizens of the month and do our Hawkeye drawings. We're going to kick this whole project off with a music video featuring all of our students and our staff to the song Happy by Pharrell Williams, and then we'll identify the character traits after that.
That's awesome. I love that song. I think that lends itself to doing some really cool things. And so when are you going to be shooting the video?
It's already done. It's ready to roll on Thursday.
It's already done, ready to go. So is that with the new students, or did you shoot it at the end of last year?
We used footage that we just gathered from last year, the year before, that we happened to have in our computers, and went with that. And there was enough positive stuff that we had plenty of clips to choose from.
That's awesome. I hope you share that link with me, because I'd love to see that. Love that song. I think that just sends a great message. So it sounds like you got a lot of cool things going on at Holly. When you think about the theme for this year, Millville United, what comes to mind?
We should all be united, and our main goal is to service all of our students and to make them positive contributors to society. So I think it's a great theme.
Awesome. And I think it starts with the things that you're doing, over at Holly, and we really appreciate that and look forward to the great things that are coming.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming out today. Okay, we are running very close on time here. Here's Jason Kessler. How are you, sir?
Wonderful. How are you doing today?
I'm doing excellent. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am a 9th grade health and physical education teacher at Memorial High School and a coach of multiple sports.
You know what? I tried to get the elusive Dave Lagamba today. I wasn't able to. My first question for you is going to be, how does the football team look this year?
We look to be competitive in every game.
Okay, that's good. I'm excited. When you think about what your goals are for this year, can you tell us a little bit about what you're looking to do this year?
At Memorial, recently we had a renovation of our physical education program in our gymnasium. We're really excited about that opportunity. One of the things in new initiatives at Memorial, we're utilizing PBSIS, instituting things to align with the senior high school. So some of those things we're excited about doing.
That's awesome. And when you look at the positive impact that PBIS can make, just trying to change, what the students' perceptions are about rules and expectations, and how do you plan on, teaching the kids about that?
We plan on early providing in-service about the program in our homerooms and during class assemblies, as well as during staff training, having teachers being able to better understand and delineate the knowledge to the students about the program.
That's awesome. And now think about the concept of Millville United. When you think about Millville United, what do you think about?
One of the great things about Millville is the ability of all its staff members to collaborate and work together, and I really think that's what Millville United means, working together for the common purpose of helping the students be successful, and that's what I feel that Millville United means.
That's awesome. I want to thank you so much for coming out today. Look forward to great things coming from Mr. Jason Kessler. Next up is Jimmy Stiles. Oh. Come on up, Jimmy. How are you, sir? Sorry, I'm sorry running behind.
That's all right, not a problem.
So how's everything going down at Culver?
Smooth as silk. Everything's fine.
Are we ready for opening day? Are we ready throughout the district? What's your sense?
We're ready every day of the week.
So when you think about the concept of Millville United, Jimmy, what do you think about?
I think about the atmosphere. I think about everybody getting together. And most of all, one common purpose is all for the children. That's what we're here for.
That's excellent. And when you look at everybody coming in today, you know, all our colleagues here, and they're excited. What are they saying? What are they excited for?
I think they're excited for a fresh start, new school year, a lot of new faces. I think it's going to be fine. It really is.
Okay. And can you tell everybody out there, if they don't know you, where you work and how long you've been in the district?
Jimmy Stiles. I work at Culver Center. Been here for 9 years.
That's excellent. Thank you so much for coming out, sir. I really appreciate it. One of the most positive guys that you'll ever run into, Jimmy Stiles.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, now I am excited about our guests. Bring them all in. You two. The Wood School Lions have shown up. I want to just thank everybody for coming in. I'm going to just twist this around a little bit so we can see the awesome staff that we have here. Everyone introduce themselves, please.
I'm Heather Dion, literacy coach.
Christy Lopergolo, math coach.
And the infamous
Harry Drew, principal, RD Wood School.
So the theme is Millville United. Everybody's excited about coming back. What are some cool things that are going to be going on at Wood School this year? I'll start with you, Heather.
I think that we are going to work really, really hard to get our parents more involved in our school and try to just do some community outreach so that we are really united as a community. I don't know, Christy?
I think we're going to take some of the initiatives from summer track, the car training that we learned and implement it this year to be successful, help our students succeed.
Mr. Drew, as the principal over at Wood School, and I would say the only principal that signed up. When you look at this upcoming school year, what are some of your goals?
Just being very positive about education, working with our kids. This is the 100th year anniversary of RD Wood School, so we're going to celebrate that. 100 years of teaching all the students in the Millville School District. Just being very positive, team attitude, Millville United, all the way.
I am excited about that. So you're going to have your 100th year anniversary. Are there some activities that you have planned that you could tell everybody about?
Right now we're looking at doing a get-together with all the alumni that attended Wood School, having a carnival, and just celebrating 100 years.
That's awesome. You got to let us know when that is, because I know at Bacon when we did an alumni night last year, a lot of people were asking about Wood School, Culver School, Woods. You know, just the history is there. So I think you're going to definitely get a lot of people coming out.
Yeah, we will. And again, we have a lot of support from the community. A lot of people get involved with Wood School. So just another 100 years of celebrating what happens at Wood School every day.
And we modeled ourselves after what you guys are doing with your Alumni Hall of Fame and the different things that you're doing, you know, each year to recognize. So I guess, you know, as we look forward to this year, if you were looking to say, you know, where's Wood School going to be, where do you think it's going?
Totally to be successful. I think that's like our ultimate goal, and just make sure that our students do well, our teachers are doing well, just overall just a good place to be, and that's what we try to promote at Wood School, and hopefully it will just get better with time.
That's right. And then you had mentioned the CAR a little bit, the Connected Action Roadmap. Dr. Gentile had mentioned that as well. So could you just tell us a little bit about that, the initiative, and how you feel like you're going to roll that out over at Wood?
I think one of the biggest thing was the PLC meetings. I think collaboration is key, and the teachers at Wood School, I mean, the entire staff works so well together, and I think that's why we are so successful, because of that whole collaboration. So I think we're going to take the ball and run with it and just use that whole piece of collaboration, teamwork.
I don't know what it is, but you guys always have a ball of energy. I'm sure your colleagues in there are cheering you on right now. I want to thank you so much for coming out. Mr. Drew, any last parting words?
Let's make this a great school year. Millville United 100%. Let's do it.
All right. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. What a great staff that we have here. I'm just going to put the last-minute touches on it. Hi, how are you? Could you just introduce yourself to everybody?
Sure. My name is Jen Cuesta, and I am teaching 7th grade language arts at Lakeside.
So you are a new teacher here, and they put you right on the podcast.
I did. Yes.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about yourself, and maybe what are some of your goals that you have for this year?
Well, I did my 6th grade student teaching here for language arts, and then I worked for 4 years in the Millville Public School District teaching visual and performing arts. And my goals for this year are to really encourage students to become writers and to have a passion for reading and writing and not just think that it's a chore.
Wow. So when you came in here today and you saw the hustle bustle and almost everybody's getting ready to get started, what were some of the things that were going on in your mind?
Well, feeling a little overwhelmed at all the people. But feeling the excitement of a new school year, and everybody has new goals for the year and new hopes, and I'm feeling that energy right now.
That's great. And when you think about the concept of Millville United, what comes to mind?
I think that we all have the same purpose of educating children and making them as successful as possible, and I think by us being together and united that we can achieve that goal.
Excellent. Thank you so much for coming out. You did a great job, and I look forward to having to hear more about you. And last but certainly not least, we have Rick Avenue's own Ashley Bartholomew. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I almost said your maiden name. So how's everything going?
It's going good. I'm very excited for the new year.
So what are some plans that you have specifically for yourself and then also for Rick Avenue?
Plans for myself, just always reflect and be a better teacher than I was the year before. And I want to make my students more digital learners and definitely develop them into what they need to do for this.
Wow, that's excellent. And when you think about the concept of Millville United, what do you think about?
I just think about everyone in Millville working as a whole, not just the teachers, not just the principals, not just the administrators, the parents and students working together to make the students successful.
And I know that you really enjoy technology and integrating that into the classroom. Do you have any cool things that you're going to be trying this year?
Yeah, actually, over the summer I took a workshop with Alicia McCall. That's a shout out to her. And she was talking about ePals and doing that, and I really want to get my kids involved with ePals and have a pen pal from every continent in the world.
I will say that, Ashley, I know that you're going to be doing awesome. You are a great teacher, and we're really excited to see the things that are going on.
Well, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, and that concludes our Millville United podcast. I want to thank everybody for coming out and supporting the Millville Public Schools.
The Millville United podcast is a weekly podcast hosted by Dr. Spike Cook,
sharing stories, ideas, and information about the Millville Public School District in southern New Jersey.
For more information or to connect with us, follow the hashtag MPSWC and like Millville Public Schools on Facebook. And when I grow up.